Look, guys. Look. I know it's weird being down here in my server room recording this video, but I had to go someplace where I could cry my eyes out. As you can see, I'm a little devastated with the loss of my quarterback, Dak Prescott. Hopefully Dak has a speedy recovery, but that is neither here nor there. We are here for Warzone, so let's go ahead and get to Warzone. What is going on? Savage here. Hope you're having a good day, and I hope that Warzone's been treating you well. Now, this video is a little bit special because I can kind of relate to it. We're spectating my dude Welsh. He's playing a quads game, and he goes on a pretty high kill game. I'm not sure if it's his PR, I'm not sure if it's his highest, but it is a pretty high kill game, and he does lose. And the reason why I can relate to it is because my 3 highest kill games, I did the exact same mistakes and I lost as well. So I want to dive into this gameplay and break down and analyze everything that happened. That way you guys and maybe myself can stop making these mistakes and nail that 20+ kill game with the W. But if you have not subscribed already, make sure you do so. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 700 likes. And as always, if you guys are tired of playing by yourself, and I know you got to be, make sure you join the Discord community. The link to that will be in the description below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, here we are spectating my dude Welsh, and they look to be going titties. Somebody marked dam, but I definitely don't recommend floating dam. That's a far float, or even the search objective at military. One, that's a pretty far float in general, and two, because it's a search objective and it's at military, you're probably going to run into some competition. So the chance that you waste your time floating that direction, if you do get there and another team grabs it, you're going to be kind of SOL. All right, as you guys see, I know this is pretty simple and not very extreme, but when you're landing in, make sure you're at least scanning around you to see if anybody's landing by you guys. I noticed in a lot of games that you guys send to me, a lot of y'all are just landing with no sense of awareness of who's around you. The last thing you want to do is land at a compound blind right off the rip, not know who's around you, and then while you're looting, you get caught up looting and you get shot in the back. You want to have a little awareness to what's around you. Now, I also will say you got 4 people looting this one compound right here. I know you want to stick together, and I always recommend staying somewhat close, but because Titty is a little small and not that big of a compound, I definitely would send 2 of my teammates across the street to go loot the compound over there, and it kind of looks like Blue's already on his way to do that. The reason why I recommend sending 2 is because this is quads, and all of these compounds you're near are going to have teams there, and the last thing you want to do is have Blue caught out by himself in a 1v4 situation, early game with God knows what weapon, then he gets caught up and dies.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
We got enough for a loadout?
Nah.
How much does the loadout cost?
10,000.
All right, we hear footsteps. I think he's on top of Burger. He is. All right, as far as what the enemy's doing, I highly recommend using your audio. Guys, if you really want to get serious about this game, if you really want to start getting wins and things like that, you've got to get a headset. Doesn't have to be a $400 Billy Badass, but you can get some really good headsets for an affordable price. That right there, the guy was on top of Burgerstown. Our dude was walking around right under him. He should have heard us. He should have looked down and shot at us. He should have been in the advantage. But you know, he didn't utilize his audio, and he might pay the price for it. Not to mention, he's still not using his audio because we're sitting here just walking all over the top of Burgertown, and he's not trying to push us at all. Bust up the front door.
Got him.
All right, we're rocking the Kilo, the MP5. All right, I want you guys to notice how many King Bounties are on the map. Now, I will say that King Bounties are a kind of reverse cheat code. If you need to get a teammate back, King Bounties are a great tool to utilize. I definitely wouldn't recommend picking you up for one teammate if you're playing quads, but if you're down 2 or 3 players, absolutely. It's a good little thing to do. But I want you guys to notice how many King Bounties are on the map. This is usually the case, especially early game. A lot of teams lose a lot of enemies off the bat, and to pick up King Bounties, it's a perfect opportunity to get in a vehicle, chase them down, and get some easy kills without having to waste any bounties. Now, with saying that, you got to be careful because a lot of these players love baiting the King Bounties, and what that means is instead of them being down a player, they'll have a full team of 4, and they're just going to sit there on a rooftop waiting for you guys to come to them. That way they can in turn feed, and you guys would be caught by surprise, because most people, when they chase down a bounty, they don't think that, you know, it's a full team. But a lot of times, especially in the lobbies I'm in, when you go to King Bounty, it's a full team. All right, we've got somebody on Heartbeat inside the building. That's no surprise, honestly. We got 2 guys inside the building. Now, I like the fact that you're going through the back door and your team is going through the front door. Granted, they could be on the roof. We don't know yet, but I like the fact that y'all are pushing the building from 2 different angles. That way, should one of you guys get into combat first, then all the enemies inside the building will then rotate to whoever shot at them first. And when they rotate, guess what? Your teammate's coming in from behind, or you're coming in from behind. Then y'all can get the easy shots off.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're up top.
Yeah, I think they're up top too, honestly. All right, so now we're in a situation where you got 2 Billy Joes camping, right?
Yeah, do it.
Allied precision airstrike incoming. Beware.
I'll push it up.
I don't know what that player was doing right there. I mean, he legitimately was camping the corner, and he lets you come up and barely got any shots off. For some reason, players have this mindset that if they can camp in a corner, they'll get an easy kill. But guys, usually if you're camping in a corner, if you're sitting on a building, if you're sitting on a rooftop, your reaction time is dog shit. And the reason why it's so bad is because you haven't practiced fighting. You haven't practiced putting yourself in positions where you need to have a fast reaction time. You're just sitting in a building waiting for somebody to come to you, you're probably going to get shit on half the time. And in honesty, he had the advantage. He was already there. He was already around the corner. I wasn't expecting him to be there. I'm sure Welch wasn't expecting him to be there. So when you have this enemy by surprise and you still lose the gunfight, you need to work on some things. But we still have one more guy. I don't know where he's at. I guess on top of the roof, honestly. No, he's down below.
I cracked him. One shot. Oh, fuck, man. What the fuck was that?
I guess he's downstairs somewhere camping. I didn't see him. I'm pretty sure they cleared the entire downstairs. He must have jumped off and rotated. All right, now these 2 guys right here, they started shooting at our dude Welch first, right? Why is that a problem? Well, the main problem is they don't have cover, dude. They're out in the open. They could both stand behind this car right here and get shots off, and then if they get shot, they can just get crouched or prone behind it, played up, and then re-engage in the fight. But instead, they see a target and they instantly start shooting. Just because you see a target doesn't mean you should shoot, guys. You definitely want to engage. I'm not telling you to play passive and run from the target. Put yourself in a better position before you start shooting at the enemy, especially since we're on the rooftop, because if Welch gets shot, all he has to do is go prone, played up, and then re-engage. Also, I want you to notice they haven't hit him yet. All these bullets and they hit him once. All those bullets and they hit him once. But it just comes down to decision making, guys. You've got to get some cover. Don't just start fighting people who do have cover while you're out in the open. Now, if they're shooting at you first and you're about to die and you're not going to make it to cover, by all means, turn on them and try to get some shots off on them if it's your last ditch effort. But those guys engaged in the fight first. They're the ones that started it. They're the ones that picked it. They should have been behind cover. There's no reason for it. And as you can see, he's going prone while he pops the reload. At least one of their teammates is using a vehicle as cover as the other one just full charges to the left. I understand what he's doing. He wants to get the reses off on his teammates. But guys, do not sacrifice your life to get reses off. One strategy they could do is he could dive right to the vehicle. They could plate up, get in the vehicle, drive the vehicle to their teammates, hop out the vehicle, using the vehicle as cover, and then get the reses off. Granted, they probably won't survive, but it is a better option than this. I like the fact that he wants to do teamwork and he wants to get the reses off, but it's going to cost him his life. Maybe. Maybe. And there he is. I don't know how he didn't make it already, but he didn't. But he didn't. All right, good stuff. And they got the team wipe. Again, guys, covers everything, especially in quads. You've got to put yourself in your cover in quads. Solos is different. Duos is different. You can get away with fighting out in the open. But quads, dude, the last thing you want is to have no cover and 4 people just blazing you down at the same time from all different angles. Now, I don't know who's in here right now. Now, I want you guys to notice the moment that purple went down, Welch instantly started rotating off the roof. Because so many times I witnessed that in the middle of a quads game, when your team's at combat, you know, some players just kind of do their own stuff. They sit there and they scan the east, they scan the west, they start shooting at targets way far away from them that are not an immediate threat. Meanwhile, their team that's right next to them is getting shit on by another enemy team that's right next to y'all, and players are failing to rotate because they're focused on other things. You guys got to start focusing on the immediate threat, being the guy who just killed purple, right? So I love the fact that Welch is rotating. This may seem very minute to a lot of you guys, but I'm telling you, most players don't do this. This is why I'm trying to pound it down your throat. Something so simple. All right, and perfect example. Let's finish this up. Perfect example right there. If Blue gets downed, which he did, and Welch was still on the roof, dilly-dallying, picking up the trophy system, picking up this, checking the roof for loot, going to loot the bodies of the guys he just killed, Blue would be dead. Blue would be dead right now because that guy would have executed him. But because he rotated, he was able to get the kill, get the team wipe, and hopefully res his teammate. Now, again, I'm thinking that's the last guy of the team that was originally here, but we do have a level 2 bounty on us, which means if it's level 2 guys, it means either A, you're getting closer to them, or most of the time, B, they're getting closer to you because they're going to be hunting you down. All right, now we're at threat 3 right now, and I'm not really liking the position we're in, and this is why. This is what I had a feeling y'all would do. Now we have a position right here where there's 3 guys, 3 teammates in one building, in one room, right? I do like the fact that y'all are putting yourself in a position where you have one way in and a whole nother exit strategy, right? So if they do push you from the front and they do hit you with C4s or stuns or things like that, y'all can just bail out the back. So I like the fact that y'all have an exit plan, exit strategy, and you have a teammate watching the back door while 2 of you guys are watching the front, which clearly that's where they're going to be coming from, right? So I like this, but at the same time I don't, because again, stuns are such a huge thing in this game. It's such an underutilized tool, and people are slowly starting to catch on. People are slowly starting to use it. So if this was me, if I was the enemy team, the first thing I would do, I wouldn't even peek the doorway. I would literally just bounce the stun off this wall and hit you both. And then while I was doing that, I'm sure one of my teammates would be flanking you from behind to hopefully do the same thing. So the scenario here for me as the enemy player, okay, I peek, I see that there's a whole team sitting in this building. The mini map tells me that the bounty is sitting in this building, so I would instantly unpeek, throw the stun against the wall, get the double stun, and then push in and get the easy kills. Because when you're stun guys, especially in a close quarter situation, you don't have a chance. You just really don't. All right, just like that right there, though, you know, the first enemy went down and his teammate instantly pushed in right after him. Once your teammate goes down, he shouldn't have pushed. He should have bailed out the fight and come up with a different strategy. Pushing in like that just wasn't the play. It was an easy double kill. You just funneled in one at a time. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, literally. All right, so they're right, getting the res off most likely. All right, be careful. I was going to say, be careful getting the executions on those guys. I like the fact that you downed them. By all means, go ahead and get it, but it's still really early game. The likelihood of them having a self-revive this early in the game, I won't say is slim, but it's definitely not going to be common. You already had 2 downs. You had another execute. And, of course, the 4th teammate, I would imagine, was probably rotating in. I honestly thought that teammate would be rotating in from behind you guys to get the easy cleanup, but he did at least change his position and rotate up from the fence line, which was a good strategy on his part. Fortunately, your dude Tilt was there to save your ass and get the kill, which was awesome. So good teamwork on that. And also, as far as the enemy team's concerned, I like the fact that the enemy stuck the res. I do. But I do like the fact instead of your team sitting in there waiting for them to come back in, you guys played aggressive. You pushed out to go find the enemy, and y'all got in the fight and got it won. The reason why I like that is because a lot of people would sit in this building and just wait from the funnel in, right? The problem is, once they get down, a lot of players will learn from mistakes right off the bat, right? They're gonna be like, well, shit, we both went down the first time. Let's not go in that way. Let's come up with a different strategy. And then you're in a 3v3 situation because your boy would have been rezzed, right? You really want to make sure that that fight is not balanced.
UAV is out of fuel.
All right, but now we have a free loadout drop in front of us, and they also have a king bounty they marked and a flag objective. I think this team is trying to go ahead and grab a king bounty. I think they want to do the baiting strat, which I don't mind baiting it. The problem is if you're going to bait king bounties, 9 times out of 10, that means you're going to be sitting on a rooftop, and I really hope that's not the case. It takes a lot of balls to pick up the king bounty and run around the map with it. All right, so we have our loot and we have some money, and now we have ammo, right? I don't mind coming to this place to go ahead and re-up on ammo, but there's 92 players left. We're technically mid-game. Why would we be sitting here grabbing loot? There's nothing you really need. You're not looking for players. You're not looking for enemies. You're not really looking for anything. You guys need to be pushing for another fight, right? You got 9 kills and a lot of people left. This is an easy 20, 30 kill game right here. How you spend downtime will really dictate how your game goes, right? You don't want to be sitting here doing this.
Between that and this stack, that should fill you up, right?
Again, this is wasted time. Now, if you guys aren't kill hunting, that's fine. Play yourself, play your life, do whatever you want to do. That's fine. But again, trying to give tips to both people that want to get wins and don't care about kills, and in turn, give you guys tips on how to get more kills. You definitely want to go ahead and get the UAV right when y'all got there and go ahead and hunt down these guys and get the easy kills, right? This guy's above you, I believe. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about this real quick. Something you don't do. Don't do this, guys. There's no reason to be coming back from the gulag and having a parachute held the entire time. There isn't. I don't care what you say. But Savage, no buts. If you guys are scanning the area to make sure it's safe before you land, there's a way to do it without doing this, right? Pull your parachute real quick and then let go, and then ADS with your pistol and look around, and then pull your parachute, let go, ADS with your pistol, and then so on and so forth, right? You don't just sit here and hold your shoot because it's so easy to get shot out of the air.
Sky.
It's normally really easy to get shot out of the air.
Top red.
Now, I'm not going to judge you, bro. You know, look, your shots have been on point so far. I'm not going to judge you. I honestly hate the scope. This scope right here is a giant pile of shit. I don't like it by any stretch of the imagination. I feel like the crosshair just throws me off. I would either use the iron sight, the hollow, or the VLK. But as I was saying, usually, oh, there's another one. Shut up. But usually people in the air. Oh, please kill him. Let's go. Yeah, see, usually it's really easy to kill people floating in the air. That's exactly why you don't do that right there, guys. You just don't. Pull your parachute if you want to scan for like a split second, let go, use your pistol ADS, give you that little extra zoom on the ground, and then once you've determined where you want to go to, go ahead and land. There's no reason for that. Also, again, I will always recommend you guys turn off auto parachute. There's no reason for it. Just turn it off. We do have two teams fighting in front of us to the west, though, so of course the best case scenario is for you to climb to the rooftop. Now, I want you guys to notice this tracker. Guys, if you're struggling with getting kills inside compounds, if you're struggling with getting gunfights, if you're chasing enemies and losing track of where they went, and then by the time you've cleared the entire building, they're already halfway across the map, and you've lost out on that kill because they're scared and they play like bitches, put on tracker. That's the exact reason why I put on tracker. Amped is a good tool. Yes, I'm not going to hate on you if you want to run amped, but I highly recommend running tracker. I'd rather tracker. I think tracker benefits me more per match than amped will. I haven't been in a gunfight that many times to where I need to switch my weapon really fast to finish a fight. If I am engaging multiple targets at the same time, I try to do that at long range. When I'm in a close quarter combat, I try not to put myself in a 1v4 situation to where I need to go ahead, get some easy kills, and then as I'm being pushed, quickly switch to my weapon and continue the fight. That's not really a position I want to be in. I would rather have tracker. That way I can read where the enemies are going. I can read where the enemies are running to. That way, if I'm trying to clear a building and I'm hunting somebody down and they're playing Ring Around the Rosie with me, I can continue following them, find out where they're going, cut them off, things like that. I love the tracker tool. As you can see, it's just an easy thing to utilize. And because of it, he knows exactly where the enemy's at. ADS sensitivity is a must. As you guys see right here, and I'll rewind it, he sprays a lot from side to side, and it's nothing against him. It's just because his ADS sensitivity is marked incorrectly. I don't know why Call of Duty's ADS sensitivity is a 1 off the bat. It really shouldn't be, but it is. So if you guys notice, as he looks at the enemy, he aims in and he starts to shoot. But as the enemy's moving to the left, he tries to put a lead on it, overcorrects. If you guys drive, you know overcorrecting is a bad thing in driving. It's also a bad thing in first-person shooters. And then once he realizes he overcorrects, he goes back to the enemy and overcorrects again. And then as he goes back to the enemy, same thing over and over again. That's because ADS sensitivity is too high. Now, I highly recommend a 0.4 to a 0.6 for ADS sensitivity. Do not use a 1 unless you're an absolutely cracked out animal, right? If you play on 20 sensitivity, you could probably deal with whatever ADS sensitivity you want. But if you're like me, I like to have my ADS sensitivity a lot lower. That way my shots are more precise. But this is definitely a huge problem I see with a lot of players, and it's something you want to kind of break out of the habit of doing. But he does get the down, and he does try to go for the execute. I want you guys to notice the guy's down, and instead of him running out and putting his life in jeopardy to get the execute because he's getting shot at clearly from, you know, his left from the 240 from this direction, he stays inside the building, gets a couple more shots, and just waits patiently for the enemy to bleed out, which he just did. So that's again something very simple, but I see a lot of players do. They'll put themselves in a bad position just to get a kill. Guys, at the end of the day, the objective of the game is to win. Doesn't matter what your KD is. I don't care if your KD is a 2. I don't care if it's a 0.1. I don't care if it's a 15. If you're not winning games, I don't care. All right, I'm not really sure what this guy is doing. He was literally driving by us as we were fighting. So he should have heard gunshots. He should have seen that we were fighting and downing people. And still, he got out of the vehicle like a ballsy SOB. And try to go to the buy station.
He was just right there.
This is a pretty hot area. We're getting shot somewhere from the west. I'm not sure exactly where. And from the north as well. Holy shit, dude. Scared the fuck out of me. All right. Whoo. Okay, the enemy's to his left. How do you know that, Savage? Because his footsteps are coming back towards you. And there were footsteps going in to the bathroom. Another reason why I love tracker is if you don't have this, you could literally push yourself into the bedroom, the enemy come out of the bathroom and shoot you in the back. But thankfully your teammate is next to you, so y'all should be able to win this fight before anyone gets executed. But again, another perfect example of why I recommend using tracker. Now we'll give props to the enemy going for the melee. Dude's an absolute animal. In the middle of a 1v3, he knew he couldn't win a gunfight. He was just trying to get a melee kill, and hopefully get a thirst, but it didn't work out. But now we have yellow is down and nobody is rotating to save him. Here we go.
There's a sniper coming.
You're fine. I got you.
Must be like over here somewhere.
All right, I love the fact that Tilt went down. He went ahead and marked exactly where he got shot from. That way, if their teammates were on the roof trying to peek, they could be aware of where to look at and avoid getting shot from. Again, it's the small things like that that can literally mean the difference between life or death in this game, or a win or a loss.
Move it.
All right, this right here is also dangerous. You have a laser on your gun and you're aiming at the ceiling. Of course, if the enemies are paying attention, they'll see your laser and they'll know you're coming up. They probably should know you're coming up anyway because you just shot at their teammate downstairs and you blew in through the door. So they should know that you're there regardless. Also, this is a very bad spot because if they do have C4 and if their teammates were utilizing it, they would be able to throw it down and get an easy hit. Whenever I'm in a fight like this and I'm in this exact situation, this exact position, I'm usually getting C4'd or grenaded or RPG'd or stunned. It's a dangerous spot to be in that you don't want to put yourself in often. Granted, this team doesn't really seem like they want to fight. Oh, that's just toxic and I love it. Oh, he's fucking battle hardened. Gross. All right, so now we got 2 downs. Right, we've got 2 downs. Go ahead and get the execute. I think there's a 3rd one up here. I think. Nope, he's not up here. Okay, I thought I saw a 3rd one.
Still got 2 left.
But you do have 2 kills, and go ahead and whip out the heartbeat and find out what the 3rd one is. I guess he's on the roof. I swear I thought I saw 3 shadows, and that's probably what it is. He climbed up the ladder. All right, good job being able to get a couple hits on that, forcing the enemy to plate up. You could wait for him to plate and then push. Position like this, guys, if you're in a fight with a guy on the roof in a building like this, there's a whole nother side, right? What I would recommend you do is just tell a teammate, hey man, I got a guy up here that I can't get to. Go ahead and rotate up on the side of it. That way, when he pushes up, you can push up and you can both take him out. Positions like this, you could 1v1 him if you want, but again, I don't feel comfortable because if he's a half-ass decent player, he's gonna annihilate you. He just finished plating.
On the station.
Don't do that, guys. There's no reason he should have lost that fight. He shot at us first, he hit us first, he had us damaged, he had the position, he was ADS on the ladder, he was focused on it. There's no reason why we should have survived that, but Welch came out the hole like a hyena and just absolutely ate his lunch. So good shit, dude.
We're in the safe zone.
That was a bad play on the enemy's part right there. All right, but here we are with the enemy trying to push on us. Where the hell did he come from? But again, another situation where you come out of the hole, the enemy's on the rooftop, he's got a better position than you, and he just takes too long to get the shots off. It's crazy. Hey, there's some people on UAV as well that you can hunt down. This is an opportunity right here, boys. It looks like they're actually going outside by the plane, or by the tents. They're doing a flag. They're doing a flag. How do I know they're doing a flag? Because of the line right here shot to outer space, right? They're doing a flag objective, so go ahead and utilize this opportunity to get some easy kills. But you are by yourself. Definitely call it out to your team so that hopefully they can help you out. Oh, they're not even paying attention. Oh, they're not even paying attention. As far as the team right there, I want you guys to, let's rewind it just a tad bit, right? Let's look at this fight. So we're shooting at the first enemy, get the easy kill. I'm not going to blame the enemy number 1 because he got shot in the back. There's nothing he can really do. He's already down. Boom, dead, right? But the second guy, the moment I get shot at, I'm already calling out to my teammate where I'm getting shot from. I know instantly I flick that way and I try to get shots on him, but I already call it out to my teammate. That way he knows exactly where the enemy is at. Fortunately, this dude here, he's still crouched, first off. I don't know why he's crouched, but he's crouched and he's scanning and he looks right at us. He scans from left to right and literally his crosshair passes us, but he's in panic mode and he doesn't see it because his eyes deceive him, right? He's just scanning fast, freaking out and panicking. You guys need to calm down in a fight when you get shot at. React fast, but make sure you look at your hit indicator. But unfortunately, those 2 guys go down and the 3rd one looks to be coming out of the doorway behind him. There he is right there. And I don't know what that teammate number 3 was doing. He should have been on the flag with them in the first place. They should all have been watching different directions. Granted, it's not like you came out of them from the middle of nowhere. You did have a lot of cover around you, so the odds of them seeing in the first place was slim to nothing. Also, situation like that, the dude was getting shot at, sitting here, peeking, right? And then for some reason, he decided to leave hard cover, full sprint to try to get to his teammates. It was a bad play. If you lost 2 teammates, I would instantly assume that there's more than one enemy there, which there is. There's 3 of you guys there. And pushing out there, try to get a res off in the middle of a 1v3, not a good idea.
Satchel down
All right, but now we're looking at a circle that is kind of a mess spot, right? We're going to have to push across the airfield. Not right now, but eventually. Once the circle closes in, we're going to have to push across the airfield, past the tower, to get safe, you know, towards the northern side of the map. Now, right now, you could hunt down the kills. You have 30 seconds before the circle even starts moving, and then you'll have another, 30 seconds to a minute and a half, depending on how far it is for the circle to enclose. That is a couple of minutes of gunfights. So you could go ahead and push the bounty that's outside the circle. You could go ahead and hopefully get some more fights and clear airfield out just a little bit more. But the last thing you want to do is overstay your welcome and play the edge of the circle, getting kills, and then having to push across an open airfield where you're going to get shot and die. All right, it looks like they're going to be trying to gatekeep the bounty, which again, I'm not a fan of. I like the gatekeeping strategy, I do, but it doesn't always work. Oh no. All right, I'm about to say, don't shoot at the chopper. Right now, we're in a position we're trying to gatekeep the bounty, I'm assuming. There's enemies in the tower, and the chopper's flying around above us. The last thing we're gonna do is shoot at the chopper, shoot at tower, and then next thing you know, the bounty's coming out, and now you're in a 1v3 as far as team fight's concerned. You'll piss off the people in the tower, you'll piss off the helicopter, and now, of course, the bounty, you'll have to engage with them as well. So I'm glad he didn't shoot at the chopper. I was glad he didn't shoot the chopper. So right now, what are we doing? So we've now pissed off the helicopter. The tower should have seen that, and they should be focused on us, as well as the bounty, who is clearly coming to us within the next 60 seconds.
No, he's not. Okay.
So, as far, yeah, exactly. They're shooting at you because y'all just shot your gun, right? You just notified everybody of your position. This here too, wasted time, wasted fight. You should not even be worried about this. Put your back to this piece of cover right here. Protect your back from this tower using this piece of cover to your right, and then focus on the guys coming out with the bounty. Because even if you guys get a knock, they're going to get rezzed. So why waste the ammo? Why waste the plates? Why waste time? And why put your back to the enemies that can actually kill you? Now, you want to use this cover to your advantage. Do not push out of circle to chase down kills. Now, I know the mindset he's in. I've actually lost my 3 highest kill games because I did the same thing. The last thing we do is push the enemy and leave the circle. When you have a position to gatekeep, make sure you're doing that. You're gatekeeping. Do not do this. Do not push the enemy to try to get kills, because you don't know what you're pushing into. I want you guys to notice this could be a 4-man squad. This could be 4 people, and we're by ourselves. Blue looks to be pushing with us here soon, but he's not anywhere close to us, so he's not an immediate help, right? And of course, yellow and purple are still sitting back doing whatever it is they're doing. I like the fact that your team is sitting back in the spot. That's where I wish you were all sitting. But because you have pushed up to fight this fight, your team should probably start to rotate to help you out just a little bit. Now, if you're pushing up by yourself, that's one thing. If these 3 guys were safe and you're pushing by yourself, I'd honestly let you die, because I'm not going to put myself and my teammates at risk because of a bad move you made. But because blue is clearly pushing towards you, that position right there, you're already down 2 teammates. You might as well go and help them out. That way you don't lose anybody. So again, not a fan of this play at all. We don't know what we're getting into right now. Also, I hate fighting on corners of hangars like this, especially when the circle's pushing out a full squad, because an enemy can come out behind the hangar right here, an enemy can come out the doorway, an enemy can come out the door to your right, and behind the hangar to your right as well. So you could be sitting here trying to have cover, trying to protect yourself from both angles, but in reality, if they come on both sides of you, you're screwed. You're going to get caught up. You're going to be pinched essentially.
Oh shoot, I'm getting it from across.
And remember, a lot of people will use gas masks. This is exactly what this dude's doing. He's fighting in the middle of gas. But hey, we did get 3 of them. I'm not sure we're getting shot at. The bounty's still alive though, so there's an enemy still behind you. This is unfortunate. This is exactly why I said stay by cover. If they would have stayed by cover, if they would have stayed next to these things within the circle, right, the team would have had to push out with no cover, and they would have been easy. But I know the mindset, dude. You're on a 16 kill game. You got hungry. You wanted some kills. I get it. But guys, whenever you're on a high kill game or not, there's still a lot of enemies left. There's still 49 people total. You're still on track to have a 30 kill game. Take a breath, play it slower. You want to play aggressive, but play it slower and make better decisions. When people get in those high kill games, and trust me, I understand, your adrenaline starts going, your blood starts rushing, your mind just starts thinking about everything. You start thinking too much. You overthink. That's the ADHD in a lot of us gamers, right? You want to slow it down, think about the actual strategy, think about the rewards versus consequences, and then come up with a play based on that. But they did get the kill. They did get the bounty. They did get the team wipe. And purple went down from the right-hand side. So there's another player over there. Now, I don't know what blue is doing. Blue is nowhere to be found, and he's looking a whole different direction. Purple just died. Blue should instantly be rotating his visual on your area. That way he could see what's going on and hopefully give you some help, give you some cover. Now, here's a slide canceling Betty right here, dude. Woo! Die so fast in the plates, boy. God, you die so fast in the plates. Blue is shooting a whole nother target. You just got killed from the right-hand side, and blue is focused deep at a compound to the northeast. He's not even worried about the guy that just killed you, which is weird. Granted, he may have killed him when we were switching from cams, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. And here we are still focused on the team in the tower who's shooting at another team. So in this position, when you see someone in a tower who's shooting another guy to your left, you now know that you have the guy in the tower, of course, you have the guy to your left, and you have the guy to the right that just killed your team. So you're surrounded, and you've got to move across an open airfield to get safe. If this guy makes it to this line right here, if he gets in zone and doesn't die, I will break my monitor in this video live right now. If he makes it from here to here, I will break my monitor for you guys. I'm betting on it. That's my bet. I'm betting my monitor's life that he won't make it there. The reason why I know he won't make it there is he's just shooting at everything. He's got no focus. He's not focusing up on the enemies that are an immediate threat. He's focusing on anything he can do to get a headshot and a sniper kill. Remember, you have a guy to your left, you have a guy to your right, and you have the guy in the tower. Instead of pissing off the people in the tower, let them fight whatever they're fighting and use that as an opportunity to have a 1v1 with the guy to your right and hopefully push across safely. If the tower's distracted with the other guy to your left, don't shoot at them. Let them keep being distracted. Don't make them divert from what they're shooting at to you, to where now you have 16 seconds to move to safety, and you can't because you're getting shot from multiple directions. This is a bad play on his part. He should have moved to get safe instead of sitting here doing this crap. Again, even if he gets a knock, they're going to get rezzed. It's not possible for him to get a kill. There's two guys in the tower. It is impossible for him to kill somebody in this position that's in the tower. Impossible. There's no way. So stop wasting your time with this. Start trying to go to make a play, right? Now, I like the fact that he went for the pick. Should it have been a 1v2? Should there have been nobody around you and there were only two guys in the tower? Of course, you want to get a pick. That way, the teammate goes for the res and gets distracted. I'm fine with that. I know where your mind was at, but you weren't paying attention to the other targets, right? You weren't paying attention to the guy to your left that was getting shot at. You weren't paying attention to the guy to your right. I like the strategy in your head of what you're trying to do, but you didn't look at the totality of the circumstances. There's more than just those two guys in the tower. Again, should have been a 2v1 fight. That would have been the play. That would have been the play. But again, you have people to your side, and you're going to have people within the compound gatekeeping you guys. They're going to do exactly to you what you just did to the bounty, right? Or what you tried to do to the bounty. Unfortunately, because of the bounty gatekeep failure, you lost 3 of you guys, and now you're in a solo game. Unfortunately, we can't see the rest of the game, but he didn't make it to the circle, and my monitor's life is safe.
I got a little too aggressive pushing that bounty.
Yeah, me too.
Let him run out in the open.
Enemy!
But look, I do give you props for looking at the game afterwards and being like, look, you know, I got a little too aggressive. I should have let them run out in the open instead of pushing them. It's exactly what I was saying. And you already knew that. I really have no critiques for you because you identified the main mistake that you made, and y'all went ahead and talked about it as a team, and you came up with a solution, right? Should have waited for them to come in the open. You shouldn't have pushed. You put yourself and your teammates in a bad position, but you owned it. You owned up to it. You looked at the match afterwards, and you learned from your mistakes. And that's exactly what the point of this series is. The point of this series is not to show the most badass gameplay. It's not to show the best players ever, because at the end of the day, you can watch me drop 30 kills. You can watch me drop 40 kills. You can watch me drop 100 kills, and you still won't learn a thing. So I want to put you guys in situations that other people are in. I want to put you guys in situations that I'm in, and hopefully you can learn from the mistakes that I make in my gameplay and the mistakes that other viewers make in their gameplay. And then that way, if you ever find yourself in a position like that, you can look back to your memory and be like, well, shit, Welch was in the exact same position that I'm in now. What did he do wrong? What did he do right? And you can kind of make your decision making based off of what you have seen in my videos. But again, Welch, thank you for submitting your gameplay, brother. I feel like there's a lot of lessons, especially in game, that we could teach the viewers. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And as always, y'all have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you check out one of these 2 videos over here. And as always, subscribe by clicking the link over my left-hand shoulder. Y'all have a good one. Until next time, keep on improving.